all his legislative accomplishments, and we'd be here for a while if we were. We could talk about all the funding he's brought to so many communities in his senatorial district. We'd be here a long time doing that. But to talk about the person that Tommy is at this point in our country's history, and this point in Pennsylvania's history, now more than ever, we need good human beings that care about their community more than they care about themselves. And that's what describes Tommy Tomlinson.
Right.
Every time I'm in a parade with this man, he lights up like a Christmas tree when he sees little kids. And these kids can't vote for him. He'll bypass the voters. He'll go right to the kids, give them a huge hug, and it just shows you the type of man this man is. And I'm so proud to stand behind him. Tommy, all these people, we're not just your friends and supporters, we are your soldiers. We have your back. We are going to make sure that you succeed. Come hell or high water, we're going to get it done. God bless you, Tommy.
Kitty, I want all those kids up here now. The rest of you stay here too. Come on. Come on, bring that gang up here. You talk, wait, I want to, these kids, you talk about lighting up when you see little kids? Huh? Look at this gang. Huh? This is Kitty's grandkids. Look at them. This was girl was serving mass today, weren't you? Well, anyway, these kids make me light up. Thanks so much for coming here today. Thanks so much. Go ahead, go back here, Mike. Thank you so much. Anyone that say this look at this whole speech. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. Anyway, thank you, Brian, so much for that introduction. You know, there was a great politician one day said all politics is local. And have to be a Democrat, have to be from Massachusetts, but all politics is local. And I got involved in politics and in government service because of what my parents did. My mom and dad were involved in all the local groups, the Chamber of Commerce, volunteers for Lower Bucks Hospital, Rotary clubs. And you know, there's one theme in Rotary Club. There's several great points, but one of the themes in Rotary Club is service above self. And I was taught since I was a little kid, serve your community and service above self. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about the elected official. It's about the people, it's about your community, it's about serving your community. And my entire career, it's been about serving my community. And not just Bensalem, because the mayor gets so mad at me when money goes somewhere else. I hear about it all the time. And actually my opponent is trying to run on a thing that, well, Tommy was good to Bensalem, but he didn't do so good for Bristol Township.
Tell her to talk to me.
Well, let's start with Lower Bucks Hospital. Tommy Corrigan and I, a Democrat from Bristol Borough, worked hard to get $40-some million back to Lower Bucks Hospital. Then in the second phase of the gaming bill, when we did the table games bill, we put Lower Bucks Hospital in the local share to retire a $30 million bond issue they couldn't pay. That hospital would be closed today without table games and gaming and legislation in Pennsylvania. It would be closed. Where's that? That hospital's not in Bensalem. That hospital's in Bristol Borough, Bristol Township. Both. Southbound Lane 95, 413. Tax rates in Bensalem, 50% commercial, 50% residential. Tax rates in Bristol Township, nowhere even close. You had to develop commercial properties in Bristol Township. People were going to Bensalem and Middletown Township. Executives were flying over and saying, we're going to go where we can get off 95. What did I do? We put a southbound lane 95 and 413, not just to bring $60 million worth of projects back, but to help develop the community so the tax base would be equally shared by commercial and industrial base. Bristol Township. So my opponent's going to say, well, we really didn't help Bristol Township. Yeah, my opponent sponsored legislation to take the local share out of gaming with internet gaming. So you got to protect your communities. It starts in the community first. Besides the fact that the gaming bill that we did produced well over 18,000 jobs across the state and $13 billion of tax revenue. Billion. $13 billion and over $5.5 billion went back to property tax rebates. Back to the people. When we wrote the gaming bill in Pennsylvania, which now everybody copies, you only had Atlantic City and Nevada. Now people are trying to do what we did. And that makes the state and the citizens and the people the biggest recipient of any gaming dollar. 60% of every gaming dollar comes back to the state. 60%. Why? Because we want the public to benefit. So it goes back to serving your community, serving your people, being part of your community, thinking about these beautiful young kids coming up, what they're coming up into. And that's been my whole life. My passion has been my community, my friends, the people that work and live in this area. That's been my passion. And right back to serving the people. Now, the second part I'd like to say, you notice that I wore an Eagles jersey, right? Now, Brian Townsend, who just had to leave to coach a basketball game, I yelled at him one time for coming here with an Eagles jersey. But I thought, since we had a Super Bowl, and the Eagles did a great job, how about those Eagles? How about those Eagles? And I wore this because hungry dogs run faster. Hungry dogs run faster. And we are the hungry dogs, folks. We got to fight for our communities. We got to fight for what we believe in. We got to. My opponent says that I'm behind, and she's going to ride this wave right through Bucks County.
No way.
She's going to ride this wave. She's got the wind at her back, and she's running because suburban women are going to vote her in. Well, I'm working for everybody. I'm not going to divide my communities. I'm not going to run a divisive campaign. I'm going to run on our record. I'm going to run on what we've done. The people in this room, the elected officials that I serve with, they know how much we cooperate back and forth together. We got the best delegation in Harrisburg. We work so well together. Gene and Frank and the gang that we have up there work well together. And we all work for our districts, for our community, as opposed to other people's communities, and as opposed to a wave, some type of perceived wave that's going to swing through Bucks County and take me out of here. So I'm going to need your help. We're going to be the hungry dog. We're going to work harder than we've ever worked before, and I think we're going to be extremely successful because we've done too much, and we've demonstrated too much to people how much we care, how much we listen, and how much we do that serves the people first. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for getting my petition signed. We're going to go get them. Thank you. God bless you.
This is for you, Tom.